Welcome to Initial B. So this is my wife's Elgrand, and I'm going to tell you why I think this is the best car for 10 grand for a big family. For the kind of price range we're looking at, I think this is the best looking vehicle. Now this one's a little bit modified. It's got the Nissan 370Z wheels on it. It's been lowered on coilovers. I don't remember the brand name, but they're £1,000. I got the receipt for them. And height adjustable, reasonable amount of camber on there, quite aggressive for a van I think. And obviously has in the big 3.5 litre petrol V6. That was a big thing for me to get a petrol van. It's got 8 seats as well, which is a good thing. I'm going to show you how the seats work. I'm going to do a 30 to 70 and a 0 to 60 on it. I've got my DRAGGY. See how it compares. My mate seems to reckon he could beat me in his Nissan family vehicle. I doubt it. And then yeah, I'll show you around. There's some things that are brilliant, brilliant design. And you know what? Just because it's very practical doesn't necessarily mean it has to be like feel practical. It doesn't have to feel like a van. This feels like a really nice car. For those of you with kids, so push button, lock, unlock. That's dead good. Obviously, nice wide footstep to get inside. And then brilliant, even for the kids, is your electric doors. Now this has a door both sides that's electric, and that's brilliant. That's really helpful. And as you can see, plenty of access, easy to get in and out for these child seats. I've got 3 child seats across here, and then you've got another 3 seats in the back, which really are just 2 for adults. So taking you around the van a little better, when you get in, you've got all these side pockets down here full of CDs and junk, extra phones. You've got this little access panel there. I've got like ear defenders, picnic blanket, a coat for if it ever breaks down at the side of the road. Great stuff to have chucked underneath. Then for your driving position, you've got this lovely telly. So this is the Series 3 where you get the nicer dials, the telly. So this is actually a touchscreen. So you can go, you've got like a sat nav on there and it's a bit rubbish. So you've got a load of Japanese buttons down here. I've had some stickers put on, I'm not really happy with them. Oh, the camera. I love this camera. So this yellow line, that's your front bumper. And obviously this is your ideal parking. But you can see that's your front left wheel. You can see that turning. I love that. Obviously if there's only you in the car, you can turn this a bit more towards you. I do like that, so it's not attached, like floating. Yeah, automatic, the most smoothest automatic gearbox. As part of this, I want to show you this, where you reckon you've got a normal CD player, press that a couple of times, ignore the Japanese. Music box, every CD you put in here, let's go back. Every CD you put in here, it saves. So you've only got to do it once. And you can just use your touchscreen, go through. The sound system's amazing. Don't know how that comes across. Especially, you know, if you're watching a film, that is brilliant because it's got full surround sound. And I don't even know where all the speakers are, but they are everywhere. So, obviously being a van, big tailgate. We'll say that tailgate auto locks. You've only got to swing it down and it pulls itself in. Look at all this room you've got in here. These are your 2 side seats. You just unclip them from there and they'll fold down, so you've got another set of seats. Again, reclinable footrests, same as the centre. You can spin the centre seats around so everyone in the back's facing the same way. Then you've got under seat storage here, or you've got a DVD player. You've got storage in the side, storage there, storage here. You've got tie down straps, loads of room. I fit 3 push bikes in the back of it the other day, only took the front wheels off. I'm not really careful to ramble on too much about how much I love this car. But for 8 seats, petrol variant, because I only do a lot of small driving. The small driving doesn't really suit the diesel too much. And you get a 2.5 or you get a 3 litre, 3.5. Oh, it's a bit crashy here, that's the coilovers. Normally these drive like you're on a pillow. But yeah, so that 2 options, the 2.5, not quite sure on the power, I think it's about 180 horsepower. But it's not enough. This car in 4-wheel drive trim, which this one is, selectable 4-wheel drive, with a centre locking diff, weighs 2.2 tonnes unladen. That's a lot. So I would go for the 3.5. I have gone for the 3.5. 240-ish horsepower, derived from the 350Z. Great engine. Makes a lovely noise. If you get an exhaust system on these, it makes a really nice noise. I don't know what this one sounds like from outside, but I've heard a couple. I have commented on a couple of videos that I've done for the like repairs of this, it isn't a cheap car to run. That's where the alternative vehicles definitely have it won over. This does, at current prices, which is about £1.90 a litre, it's about 120 quid to fill up. And I only ever fill it up with Super though, I will say that. Just it's Jap import. In my head that's better. Anyway, I fill it up with Super, I can keep the ethanol down. And it does it will do 300 miles to that tank. But not round town or any kind of spirited driving, not at all. So that is an issue. I don't know what MPG it works out at. It can't be any more than like 22-ish. Can't be. I'd be surprised if it's that high. You know how some cars have a certain environment? Like my Subaru's like a bit of a back road. The MX-5 was best on track maybe, or cruising around country lanes. It's weird. I've never had a car that feels its best cruising around like 30 mile an hour. So all around town, around ring roads, this thing drives so nice. It's so smooth. The gearbox is smooth. The engine is quiet. The seats are plush, and it just properly glides effortlessly around town. On the motorway it's alright. I get a bit of tyre noise. I put that down to the camber on the wheels. I want to touch on the performance of this. You might not have been expecting the performance part of this review, but 3.5 litre, over 200 horsepower, it's definitely got some performance. And it comes in really well for how heavy it is. I'd say from 0 to 20, you're going to have most cars off the line. And I'd say that because of the auto box. But we'll do an 0 to 60, do a 30 to 70, and then I went to Jap Show. So at Jap Show there is a run what you brung handling circuit where it's timed against other people. The results haven't come out yet, which is really annoying. But I do know that I beat the two guys in front of me. One was in a Supra and one was in a Suzuki Swift. I was driving the wheels off this thing, so I'm really pleased about that. But it did shock a couple of people. Got a bit of footage for you. So I'm right near the spot where I can do a decent 0 to 60. Get pulled over. The draggy is already set up. We'll see how it does. I really hope it's less than 10 seconds because I did the Seat Ateca performance box thing, and when it was over 10 seconds that car felt slow. Put power mode on, got the power button, no idea what that does. And I don't think I'll be going four-wheel drive. All I think it'll do is it'll slow me down. Not sure if brake boosting helped then or not. 60. Come on, 70. Quick glance at the GPS. And we're got the draggy results. I haven't opened them yet. I'm hoping for less than 10 seconds. It felt faster than that Ateca. It felt faster than that. I really hope so. So, 0 to 60, 9.36 and 9.19. They're my two runs. 9.19 is okay. That's strange because I brake boosted the second run and it was slower, 0.2 a second. 9.19, that's okay, 0 to 60. I'm alright with something that weighs 2.2 tonnes that does it in 9 seconds. And it feels a bit faster than that. I think it's how long the gears are. When you're out and driving, it's got plenty of torque and it just cruises along. 30 to 70, fastest time, 9.45. Well, that shows you, really, that it doesn't take long to do 0 to 30, but it takes some time to get to that 60, 70. That's got to be the other gear change. It's got to be the other gear change, that has. But this car, I know I've missed a load of stuff out. I know I've missed some of my favourite things out. I mean, one of the best things, I can get up out of this driver's seat and walk all the way to the back, to the third row. There's a little table that folds out in the middle. There's loads of good stuff that I didn't pick up on. But I sum it up, really. When I went to look at this car, or when I went to look at a car that was a 7-seater, and I got in this, and I had a look around, and the fact that the new one's got like a fridge in it, and the auto drives so nicely, and they still look good from the outside, personal opinion. I was like, I can't believe this is an option. This is brilliant. For like 10 grand or less. You can get them for 6 depending on the trims, but I wanted the black leather, I wanted the twin sliding doors, the 3.5, there's a couple of things I wanted. I was like, I can't believe this is an option. So definitely bought this one. I loved it. As soon as I saw him pull out on it, I remember that feeling, looking at it, thinking that looks brilliant. On the wheels, camber, great car. So if you've enjoyed this, I'm still waiting on the Subaru engine to come back. That's taken a bit longer than I thought it would, but I'm not bothered. I did tell him it didn't matter. So please subscribe if it's any good for you, and leave me any comments on anything you'd like me to cover. More than welcome. Don't think I've got any other cars coming up that are going to be mine, but next projects are going to include putting the engine in Subaru. That'll be the next one. I certainly hope so. It'll actually be a full review, talk through of what's going to go in, and then pouring it in. And then after that, I need to try and get my mate to buy a track car again. And then we'll take the Subaru back to Donington. I've got a few people who I know. Went out in an Atom the other day that was incredible. So there's a few people I know now who I need to get involved, get some tracks, and just enjoy this wagon for what it is. Got a 4-hour drive ahead of me tomorrow. So again, this will be perfect for it. See you around.